this very interesting conversation. I'm chilled with this amazing, charismatic lady, and every second I am just mind blown. I went to the studio. I was like, Amos, please bring her often. Make sure she comes here often. Muihaki Njogo. Now, we've talked about a lot of things. Anybody who's tuning in right now, she's a social activist, and she's doing a lot of things. She's a coder as well, and she's out here running businesses at a very young age, securing the bag.
Securing the bag.
That's the Gen Z tone. Getting the bag.
Yeah, you have
the
to.
good bag.
Yeah, the good bag.
So, what are some of the collaborations you've done in social activism, and they have had a huge impact in your legacy in this earth, especially in the society?
Wow, amazing. So I would say I would really count impacts by what we have done at Victorian Girls. So I had an opportunity to go to Rwanda last year to learn self-defense.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so when I went, we were being taught, I got it as a free opportunity. So part of it was to come and give it back to the community. So I came back, and then we trained our volunteers in Smile Child organization.
Okay.
And I would count that as really a plus, especially in a society where we live in. So it's empowerment, self-defense. It's not about fighting. When people hear about it, they hear karate. No, it's not about karate. It's sad that we live in a world where we have to admit that the environment is not as safe as we want it to be.
Right.
So I'd say the biggest impact I feel like we have made in the lives of girls was see timid girls at the start of conversations. They don't want to see us. To them screaming, to them asking, why are we not coming? To them wanting to cancel sessions they do in school for us to be there.
Wow.
And for you to see how even maybe when you're teaching them some poses, they're supposed also how to scan the environment. You see they're timid at first, and by the time you're making a couple of sessions, you see them like really empowered, like they can even stand and do a stunt you have taught them. So that shows me how we transfer skills and how it's also received. I feel like these are things they can use, not even now, not also, and then especially that they're real in an environment where they're still protected in school. They can know something when they're getting out of here.
Yes.
Because most people our age had to learn through experience of things. So I can say that is really something we're so proud of. Yeah.
Yikes. So, self-defense, my God. I just want to know, right? I just want to know.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Wow.
Now paint
In
that
5
picture
years.
for me.
Wow. In 5 years,
Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about the future.
Like I'm even too excited to even mention. I see myself because Smile Child organization is something I'm so proud of. In 5 years, we will have national impact. In 5 years, we won't even have to mention the name Smile Child or Muihaki in this country.
Yes.
We won't have to mention, like, tell us who you are. It
Exactly.
will be more of,
Yeah.
when you say who she is,
You're
you
a
know
household
what she,
name.
You know the the package she's
Yes.
coming with. She's coming with Smile Child. She's coming with everything she's coming with. So in 5 years' time, I honestly feel like as an organization, we'll have our own space, especially our own resources, kabisa, our own team, paying our teams to do things, our own partnerships, our own international partnerships. In 5 years, I see that coming through for us. And also, most importantly, in 5 years,
Yes.
I think I would really have learned to take care of myself,
Right,
to enjoy
right.
the fruit of that time.
Yes.
So I think that's really the things I'm looking forward to, and also to be able to be in a place where I can say something and it sparks a national and also international conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of conversation, the mega conversation we're talking about in this day and age is mental health.
Fantastic.
Yes. How do you keep your mental health in check?
Wow. You are coming to a time where yesterday we had a presentation with youth. It was on mental well-being.
Yes.
And I noticed what I'm trying to give out is also what I want to receive on my end.
Oh,
you know how
wow.
you want to go to a presentation, you have the PowerPoint and
Yes,
all that. We
yes.
had all that lined up. But something just told me, like, you can't do this in this way. It has to be a heart to heart. I have to know where you're coming from, not to come and tell you, take care of yourself, take care of yourself.
Yes.
So I think also it has come to a point where I've had to admit the places I've struggled with in the past, because sometimes you struggle with, you call it depression, but you don't know it's a season, it's a session, maybe you have lost something, it's a season. You want to credit it to affect the rest of your life. So coming to a point where I know when I'm crashing and acknowledge it. Kitambo, you have to wait for it and deal with it. So right now, when I know I'm going down, I know it's happening. And also being able to be humble enough to ask for help. And also take a break. Like sometimes when now I can do it, I take breaks even for 2 weeks without doing maybe the things I love doing. To me, that's such a long time. So I can say to just come from a place of you being honest with yourself, noticing how you feel on the inside, being humble enough to find someone trusting you can confide in and seek help. So that's what I have been managing to do on my end.
I love that. I love that. Now that you mentioned people that you trust, who are your biggest cheerleaders? There are those who are always there. Before any presentation, they give you a call. They say, you know what, you got this, Mwihaki. Before anything, they're like, don't worry, don't fast. All right, it's going to be okay. Everything is going to be fantastic. Who are these big people around you?
One, my sister. My sister is in everything I do. Like sometimes it feels like I try to also help her to be independent by herself. But I feel like she's been a cheerleader in a way that if I'm doing this, she's there. She has to be there. And also my family, like especially in terms of praying for me, like they really pray for me because I also get to do a lot of things. And also understand I don't also have the resources, a lot of resources to do the things I love. And also I would say the leadership of Small Child Organization is something I'm so proud of, to see someone step up and believe in your dream and take initiative. Like one of them is sitting up or two across.
Shout out to Janet.
You see, to see them believe in what you're doing, for them to know like we are going to work on this together. We don't have resources right now. Let's keep pushing. I'll tell you the truth. I remember there was a time I went for a motivational talk in Nyayo Stadium, and there's one thing I only got from that. The person said, we all have a lot of dreams, but for you to, what the biggest prayer for you to do in this earth is for you to pray that people believe in your dreams. So anyone who believes in our dreams, in my dream, is my biggest cheerleader. And I'm grateful that lately I've been seeing people come into my life in a way that they're pushing me forward. You see, they're so intentional on not, how are you? You know, there are those small talks we naturally have with people we know. But I've noticed I'm moving into spaces of bigger conversations that even if I know you right now, our conversation don't be like, how are you? How was yesterday? It's more of, what are you doing? How is Small Child? Can I help with this proposal?
What's your next project?
What is your next project? Can you? I'm running a campaign. They give me insight. So I'd say those are people I would really consider like cheerleaders.
All right, fantastic. So do you have any projects underway?
Yes.
Tell me about them.
We're starting a campaign. It's called Child Sexual Abuse and Exploitation. Coming from a point where both girls and boys have been abused. As a society, it's something we have to acknowledge. It's a conversation we have to be really ready to have. So we have a 1-year campaign on child sexual abuse and exploitation. This is where we want to start a national conversation where parents have to own up to putting children in the wrong environments. One, the environment of being taken care of with relatives and then looking for money, only for them to get that money to give you the education they want you to have, but you living as a damaged person with that education. So we are coming to a point where we have to really put people accountable for abusing children. People have been abused by their relatives, by their friends, but people are just
being quiet.
I promise you, in a room full of people, like even in a room full of, let's say even 100 people, you won't miss 20 people who have gone through abuse, but they'll never say it.
They'll just be quiet about it.
They'll be quiet about it. So this is one thing we want to really eliminate in this country, and also to keep these people accountable. So that's the campaign we're running right now, Child Sexual Abuse and Exploitation.
Fantastic.